Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Scorpio for November of 2012. This also applies if you have a Scorpio ascendant. The big, greatest news this month, my dear Scorpios, aside from happy birthday, and I wish you a really happy, healthy, wonderful year ahead to those of you that have birthdays this month. And we also have a new moon solar eclipse in your sign Scorpio at 22 degrees on the 13th of November. So it's a big time because a solar eclipse, the vibration of that lasts for at least 6 months, if not a year, after the event. So for you, it's a big deal. And for those of you that have got planets near to 22 degrees, and the fact that you're a Scorpio sun is going to intensify this new moon solar eclipse. So what does a new moon solar eclipse do? Well, it brings about new opportunities, new beginnings, a new start. And it usually brings about some very big events. So it could be a marriage, could be the birth of a child, could be getting pregnant, could be starting a new course of study, could be graduating, could be relocating, moving to another country. Could be changing job, could be changing career direction. Big life changes are indicated. And for you Scorpios, I would imagine it's going to be bigger than for most of the other signs. So it's falling in your first house. You're going to be looking at yourself, how you come across, your appearance. You might completely change how you see yourself, how you want to be seen. Your relationships are going to shift enormously because what you need is changing. And you now need to adapt those relationships to it. And with Uranus in the 7th house of relationship, already there's a huge amount of ups and downs going on in your relationships. Some of you are having people come into your life and leave your life quickly. Others are having big events happening with a partner or in a relationship. Or sudden events, sudden things happening that are unanticipated, that you couldn't have planned for. And of course, Scorpio, you like to be planned. You like to know in advance, ideally, what's coming up so that you can be ready and prepared. And so with this solar eclipse, make the most of it. This is a time really to reinvent yourself, Scorpios. All the things that you're not happy with in your life. And they may come to a crisis point during this eclipse energy for you. But it will be an opportunity for you to start fresh, to start something new. And it can be very exciting as well. So it's important to set clear intention as to what it is you want. Not to get too upset about the things that you may have lost, feeling bereft about those things or even feeling sorry for yourself. No, time to think about what it is that you want and to go forward with clear intention. We've also got Mercury going retrograde this month from the 5th to the 25th of the month, so not a good time for starting new projects, for going into a new job necessarily, but a good time for completing something. Good time for research, in-depth research, which you're very good at, Scorpio. Very good for you. It's actually falling in your 2nd house of finance. So this is a time when there could be some miscommunications regarding finance. You may need to be very careful about contracts and deals and legal documents. Make sure you read them and reread them. If you have one attorney or lawyer, check it. Have 2 or 3 check it before you make a move on anything important financially. Because Mars is in that house as well for the first couple of weeks of the month, there may be a tendency to act impulsively with your finances. Be careful not to do that because it's better to be getting work done. You're going to be able to achieve a lot, but just make sure you don't do something precipitously without really thinking about it carefully first. Towards the end of the month, we got Mars-Pluto into your 3rd house. So this is going to be very good if you need to sell something, to offload something. You're going to be very persuasive in your argument. It's a wonderful time for studying, for learning something. There could be some arguments with the people around you. And you may just say, oh, well, okay, it's good. Let's air it. Let's get this out into the open rather than having things buried and swept under the carpet. So things may well come out in the open that need to be said. Or things that maybe should have been said a long time ago will come up and need to be said in order to be healed. So we've still got Uranus in the 6th house of work, so there's certainly some ups and downs in the work area, but also equally some new opportunities able to come in as well. With Jupiter in your 8th, also some possibility of inheritance or money coming to you from somebody else. Thank you for listening. For those of you that like a solar return chart for this year, what it holds for you, especially with the solar eclipse, what that means for you, I'd be delighted to hear from you. And thank you very much for listening. Happy birthday.